from the station working for you. This is WRTV News at 6, streaming now.
And we want to welcome you into this digital version of WRTV News at 6 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin, joined by meteorologist Kyle Mounds. And Kyle, what a beautiful shot you have there tonight behind you.
Yeah, seeing that sunset after a day filled with sunshine across central Indiana, just a little bit of that glow that is left there on the horizon as that sun will continue to set for us pretty quickly. We're at 41 right now, feels like 38 though. The wind is pretty light, just 5 miles per hour, and I think it'll be a light wind for us as we go into tonight. Looking at temperatures, we're starting to drop back into the 30s. We topped out at 48 this afternoon in Indy. It's already down to 39 though in the Columbus, Bloomington areas, and 37 degrees in Peru. This evening we'll have those mostly clear skies. Temperatures will be chilly, middle 30s here at 11 o'clock, 35 with that light southwest wind for us. We look at the big picture. Things are remaining very quiet here across the Ohio Valley. You notice some active weather though down off to the south and west, and this is part of the weather system that will be coming our way and bringing us a little taste of winter. We're dry tomorrow, but we do have some snow showers in the Monday forecast and a cold wind to go along with it. We'll talk accumulations in a few minutes.
Kyle, thank you. Tonight, Lawrence police are still investigating after a man was shot and killed. Police say the shooting happened near East 50th Street and North Franklin Road around 5:30 this morning. Deputy Chief Gary Woodruff says the man had some sort of interaction with passengers in a car before shots were fired. Detectives are still trying to learn more about that interaction. The man's identity has not been released, but police say he did live in the area. And tonight, a person is in serious condition after they were shot on the north side of Indianapolis. Metro Police were called to the area 34th and Meridian Streets around 9 o'clock this morning. So far, detectives have not released more details about what happened here, but they tell us they are still investigating at this hour. And tonight, IMPD is asking for help finding a missing 75-year-old man last seen on the northeast side. Police say Alvin Yates Jr. was last seen on Tuesday. He's described as 6'3", 235 pounds with gray hair and brown eyes. Police say he wore a suit to breakfast on Tuesday morning and left his cell phone at home. Investigators say he had made threats that he was going to hurt himself after receiving medical results. Yates Jr. is driving a 2002 blue Ford Ranger. If you have any information, please contact Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS. Today, dozens of supporters of President Donald Trump gathered in downtown Indianapolis for a Make America Great Again movement rally. It started at the Indiana State House this afternoon. Many of the supporters continue to refuse to accept the president's loss in the election to Democrat Joe Biden. It was the latest in what has been weekly small demonstrations in Indy in support of Trump.
President Trump bought us time. He bought us time to hold back the evil that is trying to take away our country. He supported us, now we're supporting him.
The group had several other marches, parades, and gatherings throughout the day in downtown Indy. Well, Small Business Saturday looks different this year, but local business owners say they need the sales the day brings more than ever before. The pandemic has decimated many small businesses and forced them to close in the area. And despite the ongoing social distancing and mask mandates, Hoosiers are stepping up and still making the most of the day.
I didn't know what to expect. This is my 8th Small Business Saturday owning the business, and it's always our busiest day of the year, but I did not know what to expect. But it's been good, and I've been getting online orders as well.
Well, many stores are offering contactless shopping through curbside pickup, and some health officials recommend online shopping if it's possible. Coming up tonight on the news at 11 o'clock, more on why Hoosiers stepped up to shop local today. This year, Black Friday online sales hit a new record. It comes as many Americans stay home, filling their virtual carts instead of the real ones in stores. Consumers spent an estimated $9 billion on U.S. retail websites on Black Friday. That's according to Adobe Analytics, which tracks online shopping. That was a 22% increase over the previous record of $7.4 billion in 2019. Cyber Monday is expected to be the largest online sales day in U.S. history. Hot items this year so far are Hot Wheels cars, Lego sets, Apple AirPods, Samsung TVs, and video games. For the first time in 3 weeks, the number of new COVID-19 cases in Indiana fell below the 5,000 mark. However, the state health department says this could be due to delayed reporting because of the holiday. Here are the new numbers. A total of 4,535 positive cases were reported today. 66 additional deaths were also reported since the pandemic began. 5,394 Hoosiers have died with COVID-19. Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett and his wife Steph have tested negative for COVID-19. This news comes after Mayor Hogsett came in close contact with someone who later tested positive for the virus. The Hogsetts do not have any symptoms, but they will continue to quarantine until December 4th, following CDC guidelines. Mayor Hogsett's regular public schedule will resume once his quarantine period is complete. Despite the CDC warning to avoid large family gatherings over the Thanksgiving holiday, at least 6 million Americans took to the skies and another 48 million hit the roads. Public health officials fear this could cause a surge in the number of coronavirus cases in the coming weeks. ABC's Alex Prochet has more.
As millions of Americans return home from their Thanksgiving destinations, officials fear those family gatherings could lead to an increase in cases of the coronavirus.
I would say if you have had one of those gatherings, that you shouldn't send your kids to school next week.
A staggering projection from the CDC, the U.S. death toll could top 321,000 over the next 3 weeks. 1 million more infections added in the past 6 days, bringing the total number of confirmed cases in the U.S. to more than 13 million. This week, 24 states set new record highs for hospitalizations.
All but one of these patients have COVID on this unit. It's a 13-bed unit, and we are completely full up here.
More than 265,000 American lives lost since the pandemic began.
I don't understand what 230,000, 240,000 deaths looks like. But as a frontline healthcare worker, I can understand and I can describe the sound the zipper on a body bag makes.
Crowds of Black Friday shoppers were noticeably smaller than in past years, but there's still concern.
That, again, is a very risky proposition. We have a lot of people on top of each other getting those Black Friday specials.
Another holiday tradition, football, also impacted. The Baltimore Ravens Thanksgiving Day game postponed after at least a dozen players tested positive, including reigning MVP Lamar Jackson. The NFL announcing all team facilities will be closed to all in-person activities Monday and Tuesday, except for teams scheduled to play. As the country waits for FDA approval of a vaccine, CDC advisors will meet this coming Tuesday to decide who should get the vaccine first once one is approved. Alex Prochet, ABC News, Washington.
Alex, thank you. And it seems like it's taken forever, but this year's record Atlantic hurricane season is finally about to come to an end. The season is officially over on Monday, and for the millions of Americans who found themselves in the path of a storm, the end cannot come soon enough. A record 30 named storms formed in the Atlantic this year. 6 of those were major hurricanes, and 12 storms made landfall in the U.S., with 5 of them hitting Louisiana alone. And Kyle, I'm sure that is good news for the folks living in those areas.
Yeah, we're going right from a very busy hurricane season to parts of the country, including the Ohio Valley, going to get in on a little winter weather here over the next couple of days. Out there this evening, nothing too bad. We've got temperatures in the upper 30s for you in Kokomo with those clear skies. 41 right now in Indianapolis and 43 in the Shelbyville area. Tonight, with mostly clear skies, we'll have temperatures drop down to around 30. A couple of upper 20s out there. 29 for you in Columbus, and gradually during the overnight we'll increase the clouds a little bit. Those skies becoming partly cloudy for us by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning on TrueCast. You can see we've got some clouds. I think we'll have filtered sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. And then as we get into the afternoon and evening hours, those clouds will get a little bit thicker, but through about 7:30 tomorrow night, not expecting to see any wet weather here. So if you are heading off to the Colts game tomorrow, we'll have those clouds around. Temperature's not too bad here. We're at 38 degrees at 10 a.m. Wind should be fairly light, as we'll get a couple degrees warmer than what we had today. Highs that'll top out around 50 degrees, just a little above average for this time of year. 53 in the Bloomington area, 54 tomorrow in Columbus, and about 52 your top number in Lafayette. Then things will start to change a little bit as we go into Sunday night and Monday. We talked about that system that's down across portions of Oklahoma and Texas. There's also going to be a cold front that comes in from the northwest. As those two things line up here, it will be bringing in some colder air and some precipitation. And you can see here on TrueCast that by 8 o'clock Monday morning, we've got some snow showers, especially southeastern locations. It still looks like the heaviest of snow accumulations will be across Ohio. We could see, though, some lake effect enhanced snow bands as we go through the overnight hours and then again into Monday afternoon. So that's where we could see some pockets of heavier snow accumulation. Still, the camps a little bit out here on the models. Several of them, though, leaning in the lighter direction, that most areas will see under an inch of snow. In those bands, some northern locations could see 1 to 3 inches of snow, and we may see this increase a little bit here across the eastern portion of the state around Richmond. Not out of the question, as you can see in another model here, that you could see about 3 inches of snowfall. So we'll continue to fine-tune that for you. Another thing that's going to limit the snow accumulation on Monday is temperatures that should stay above the freezing mark. 7-day planning forecast for you, and temperatures stay cold on Tuesday. It's also going to be windy Monday and Tuesday, so wind chills will be in the 20s there. We'll get back to highs in the lower 40s as we get through the middle and end of the week, and another system coming our way, Nicole, could bring some light rain or snow.
All right, Kyle, thank you. Well, there was good news and bad news for Hoosiers fans today. First, the bad news, starting quarterback Michael Penix Jr. went down with a leg injury after a 21-yard run in the third quarter. Penix would not return for the rest of the game. The good news, though, IU played well without him. Stevie Scott III had 3 touchdown runs, and the IU defense had 3 interceptions today. The Hoosiers beat Maryland 27-11. They are 5-1 in Big Ten play for the first time since 1987. Some college football history was made today. Vanderbilt's Sarah Fuller became the first woman to play in a Power 5 conference football game when she kicked off to start the second half of their game against Missouri. Fuller kicked off the turf with a holder rather than using a tee, and she sent a low kick to the 35-yard line where it was pounced on by Missouri's Mason Pack. Fuller is a goalie on Vanderbilt's women's soccer team and joined the football team after COVID-19 protocols left the Commodores with no other kickers available for the game. Amazing to see that there. Well, we want to thank you for joining us for this digital version of WRTV News at 6 o'clock. We'll see you tonight after college football at 11 o'clock.